Hello, my name's Mary Curtis, and I'm a local island artist. I paint with watercolor on watercolor paper, and I have a different way of painting that kind of sets me a bit apart from other watercolorists, in that my watercolors are very time-consuming. I can show you an example. This is what I'm working on right now. I first of all come up with an idea. The idea is in my head, and I take very heavy 300-pound French watercolor paper and tear it into what I kind of see that I want to do. And as you can see, the tear here is the rock. This rock that's going to be in the foreground. This painting isn't completed. It's only, it's just really not very far along. But you can see the rock. I pretty well finished the rock in front here. What these are going to be are mountain avens. They're the territorial flower of the Northwest Territories. And actually, when this is completed, I have one more I'm working on for Nunavut, and then that's all the flowers of Canada that will be completed. And people can collect them as a series if they like. I'll be offering those on my website. And they can start collecting them now because all the others are done. All the 10 provinces and the Yukon fireweed is done. But anyways, you can see the way I tear the paper, and then I start to apply color. And what I use is Pelican paints, which are my most favorite watercolors. They're the only ones I use. And these are transparent watercolors, and transparent is very important because that gives you the depth. If you can picture, because all you government people, or whoever you are, work, well, in the past you've worked with transparencies, where you're laying transparencies over each other, so you know the way, a transparency lays on top and on top and on top, and the color you see underneath shows through the next layer. So as you apply more color, your depth increases, and that's what happens with transparent watercolors. This one I worked on for 6 months, and it probably has hundreds of washes on it, transparent layers that lay on top of each other. So you end up getting depth. You get a lot of depth in the piece, and I worked on that for about 6 months. That's called Remembering Home. That's an original. We look at this one, and this one is the reproduction of it in watercolor, on watercolor paper, an exact replica, which, as you can see, it's right in my window, and the light doesn't affect it. It's totally light resistant, and all the layers come through this process. It's a watercolor, and yet it's light resistant. And these are $349.95, and I'm offering a discount on these for anybody from your